So good day, sir. I am K.R. Shamla M. Sapidan, a second-year BSIT student. So our project is all about school management system, which is this. So this system or application is designed to manage students, teachers, and then course. So by using object-oriented programming concepts, which is the encapsulation, polymorphism, and inheritance. So later on, madiscuss na siya sa akong groupmates and how to perform the three concepts of OOP or the object-oriented programming. So, this system, ang purpose ani niya is to help manage schools information, which is add and manage students, which is this. Kini diri ang purpose ani is kung kinsa to na mga students ang naka-register sa specific course, which is mano na pod siya ang course. So maka-add siya og course or maka-create siya og course. Then also, the last one is the teacher. Maka-add siya and manage siya sa teacher. Then pag i-run naton siya, manage siya ang result. Na siya course name. Like for example, Integrative Programming and Technology 1. And ang iyang schedule is display niya ang schedule, which is MWF with time and date also. And ang last one is ang teacher or ang instructor kung kinsa na instructor ang naghandle ana nga klase or na class, which is si Ma'am Lani Laureano. Siya ang teacher sa Integrative Programming and Technology 1. So next one is let's perform encapsulation or define ako encapsulation. So ang encapsulation means hiding the data and accessing it using getters and setters. So need nimo siya i-private. Able for you to if matawag na siya is kung unsa tong imuhang gitawag is maorang to siyang ma-call or maorang to siya ang ma-result. Like for example, atong setter is kining private string name. So mo na siya ang imong setter. Then ang imong getter is kaning public string get name. Kung kinsa lang tong imong gitawag, mao lang to siya ang ma-run. Then, ang kaning variable are declared private. So, gina-declare siya private, so they cannot be accessed directly. Or kung like for example, sis private string name man imong gitawag. Then, pag mo siyang i-get, which is, ang imuhang imong tawagon is public string get name. So, mo mulabas na siya. Alangan naman si ID ang imong kuan. So, kung kisa tayo mong giset, maputong imong giget, which is si name. So, instead we use getters and setters method, ang purpose pod ani is to safely or update the data. Para dili po magka-rumble-rumble ang data or dili siya lahi ang iyahang result, which is mo na siya ang purpose sa encapsulation. Kung unsa lang to imong gi-call or unsa to imong gi-set, mao pod imuhang mag-get.
So good morning, sir. Good morning, everyone. My name is Granhilo Alves, and today I'm going to discuss about the polymorphism and the inheritance of a system called school management system. So here we have a class student Java, teacher Java, and a course Java. So student Java and teacher Java shows the inheritance to it was inherent to a a a, a class person, which is shows the encapsulation. So we all know that the um, inheritance is a concept of object-oriented programming where a class can be reuse the properties of methods reuse the properties and methods of another class. So in our example, the teacher the teacher class inherits the person class, which is this, and um, uh, from the word inherits, it has the both class has a relationship. So the person and the teacher class has a relationship. That's why automatically the teacher the teacher class has the attribute name and the ID, as well as the method display info, where the teacher's information will show. The student class, which also inherit from the person class. So automatically the student can also have or can inherit the name and the ID, since from the word inherit. So kung unsa ang naa sa person nga class, mo pud to ang naa sa student nga class. So polymorphism, it occurs when we have many classes that are related to each other by inheritance. So in other words, we can have the same method in the classes, but we can change its behavior depending on its object. So in our example, we have the student class and the teacher class. Both of them has a display info method, but they act differently, or they have a different method from each other. So in student, we have display info, yet their behavior is for the program. However, in the teacher is for the subjects. So we call it a method overriding, and it demonstrates runtime polymorphism, where the program decides which method can call based on the actual object as type. So that is the difference between the inheritance and polymorphism.
For this part, I will explain the main class of our system, which is the school system class. This class serves as the central controller of the application because it connects to all the other classes such as student, teacher, and course. Our program is written using the programming language Java, and it follows the concept of object-oriented programming, where different parts of the system are represented as objects. First, the program imports two important libraries, ArrayList and Scanner. The ArrayList is used to store collections of objects dynamically, meaning the system can hold an unlimited number of students, teachers, and courses. On the other hand, the Scanner class allows the program to accept input from the user through the keyboard. Next, inside the main method, the program creates the three dynamic lists, one for students, one for teachers, and one for courses. These lists allow the system to store and manage the information of different entities within the application. After creating the lists, the program adds some default data for demonstration purposes. For example, several students, teachers, and courses are added to the list so that when the program starts, the user can already view existing information in the system. Following that, the program uses a menu-driven interface. The menu displays several options such as viewing students, viewing teachers, viewing courses, adding new records, and exiting the system. This menu is displayed inside a loop so that the program continues running until the user chooses to exit. When the user enters a number, the program uses a switch statement to determine which operation should be executed. For example, if the user selects the option to view students, the program loops through the student list and displays each student's information using the display info method. If the user selects the option to add a student, the program asks the user to enter the student's name, ID, and program. After collecting the information, a new student object is created and added to the student list. The same process also applies when adding teachers and courses. The system asks for the required information, creates a new object, and stores it in the corresponding list. Because we use array list, the system can continuously add new entries without any fixed limit. This makes the application more flexible compared to using fixed-size arrays. Overall, the school system class acts as the main control center of the application. It manages user interaction, connects different classes together, and organizes how the program operates. Now, for the reflection and conclusion of our project. Through this activity, we were able to apply the core concept of object-oriented programming in building a simple school management system. This project helps us understand how OOP can be used to organize programs into smaller and more manageable components. One of the concepts we applied is encapsulation, where important data such as name and ID are stored in private variables inside a person class. This protects the data and ensures that it can only be accessed through controlled methods. Another concept used in our program is inheritance. The student and teacher classes inherit from the person class, which allows them to reuse basic attributes and method defined in the parent class. This reduces code duplication and makes the system more organized. We also applied polymorphism, where the display info method is overdriven in the student and teacher classes. Even though the method has the same name, each class displays different information depending on the type of object. Additionally, we improved the system by adding a menu-driven interface, which allows users to interact with a program instead of just displaying static output. Users can view records or add new students, teachers, and courses during runtime. Even though our system does not yet use a database, it still demonstrates how a small integrated application can be built using classes, objects, and dynamic data structures such as array lists. Overall, this project helped us better understand how object-oriented programming works in practice. It showed us how OOP concepts can be used to design a system that is organized, reusable, and easier to expand in the future. Thank you.